What's going on, everybody? This is your homie Godbody. Going to do a quick video. Well, probably not too quick, but I want to do a video of my favorite rifle. I said I was going to start doing individual videos, not necessarily a review. You could say it's a review, but I'm just talking about my rifle. Not saying if it's good or bad. I like it. I like it. You know, I'm not going to keep nothing that I don't like, so I'm not going to do a review on something that I don't like. I'll tell you about something, but flat out do a review on something that I don't like, I'm not gonna pretty much do a review on it, because if I don't like it, I'm gonna get rid of it. So that's that. Before I get into the rifle, I just want to address something, and I hate trying to explain myself. In my other two videos, I talk about me doing my videos for black people, and they're not only for black people. Everybody can take from it, white, brown, green, or whatever. You know, anybody can take information from something. We can learn from everybody. But my reason in doing my videos are for the black and brown community, because I was one of those people who didn't know about certain things when it came to the gun, and not just gun, it's other practical stuff about life that we all can, you know, use or whatever. I say I'm gearing towards the black people because I'm trying to inform. I feel like we lack information or knowing and knowledge of certain things. So I'm not saying my video, I never, not once said my videos are only for black people and black and brown people. No, they're not. Anybody can take something from them. I said I'm gearing towards them because we lack some of that information. I was once one. And then what I mean by that, like a good holster, you know, different stuff like tourniquets and stuff like that. We don't think about stuff like that. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, the urban area, you know what I'm saying? We don't think about stuff like that. People, you know, carry a gun or whatever, but they don't think they have a good belt or a good holster or whatever. You know, people carry a pocket knife, but we don't think about, you know, the things that you can use your knife for, this, and that. Well, some people do, but anywho. But the thing, my point is, I'm just trying to inform my community, because I feel like, and I know that we lack the information on some of these things when it comes to guns and just the practical survival stuff. Everybody can take from it, you know. That's just what I'm gearing towards. But I never said, oh, my videos are only for black people. No, I didn't say that. I just said I'm gearing towards it. That's the reason I wanted to do it, because we lack the information of it. It's some white people that lack the information of certain things. I'm not a professional. I don't know everything. I just want to tell people what I've learned and what I've came across and what somebody has taught me or whatever. With that being said, every man should have a gun, a pistol, and a rifle to protect themselves and their family. Most importantly, you know, men, period, should take care of their family, provide and protect. You know what I'm saying? That's what the goal is. I just said I gear towards the black and brown community because, as a whole, it's more of us that lack the information than the white community. Point blank, that's what it is, and that's why I'm doing my videos, to inform my community. But like I said, everybody can take from it, and this is my last time addressing it. And like I said, I'm gearing towards the black and brown community. Every man can take from it, every man. But anywho, get that out the way, you know. And like I said, some of the white viewers who've seen it, who think they don't just hear, they just hear black and they just put everything out the window. They ain't hear everything else. And not once did I say it was only for black and brown people. But anywho, I hope everybody having a good day. We're gonna start this video off with this. This is my Central's Arm 39V2 AK, and the 39V2 is pretty much their the one that costs a little more. And I stumbled across this. I actually didn't try to buy this one. I tried to get the other one that was cheaper, which I didn't know the difference in them, because I thought the price just went up by the time I bought this. But for some people that may not know, you have your stamp and your mill receivers. The mill receivers are one piece of metal and it's carved out. And your stamp, you got multiple pieces that are stamped and riveted together with rivets or whatever. And as you can see, this is the mill receiver, and the mill receivers cost more, not just because of this brand, but any brand, AK47 or AK74 that you get, the mills will cost more than the stamp. Not to say the stamps are not good. I know it just depends on the brand. It was a lot of bad talk about this brand at one point, but they seem to have worked the kinks out of the issue, the kinks out or whatever the problems they were having. And I mean, I haven't had not one malfunction out of this gun, and I also got a lifetime warranty with it. But anywho, I bought this from Buzz. This was my second rifle that I bought. I have 3 or whatever, but this was the second rifle I bought from Buzz, and I love it. It's the Magpul edition. It has the Magpul stock grip and foregrip on it. What else? I also have a Magpul Sling on it, and this is like the first generation. But what I like about it is the quick adjustment on it. You can adjust it to big, quick. I mean, if you got, I mean, you want to tighten it up so it can be close to your body. It's real fast. It's quick with that, and you can loosen it up to take it off. You know, it's real smooth. I like this one. So and I didn't have to buy any cuties or anything like that to attach it. I just used the slots that were on the gun already. I changed a few things out. I'm a little more lenient when it comes to changing out stuff on rifles, more so than my handguns for self-defense, for as in concealed carry. I just, you know, some stuff on when it comes to internal stuff and stuff that makes the gun function on handguns, I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not saying I won't do it, but it probably won't be on the gun that I would carry every day. I would do it just to have a tricked out gun, have a little fun, you know, with it at the range or whatnot. But for as in something that I know I'm gonna carry on a daily basis, I don't like to change internal stuff on handguns. But I'm kind of lenient towards it in doing it with a rifle. And what I mean by that, in this case, the only thing that I've changed for its function was the gas tube. This is a Midwest Industry gas tube. It has the Picatinny reel on it. And reason being because I wanted to put a red dot on it. And right after I bought this one, Century started producing the ones that has the little mount on the side. Well, you had to buy the mount, but this was the attachment that was made on the gun where you can put the mount for your red dot to have it right here. And they started putting those out after I bought this. So I kind of had to go with that. But I got the Midwest Industry gas tube, and I got a Primary Arms red dot on here. This is the Advanced Micro Dot, which is pretty good. This is another good buy, and what I mean by that, far as in the quality, and then you're not spending a whole bunch of money, and then you're not going too cheap. Me personally, I try to stay in between when it comes to price range on some stuff. Some stuff I will spend a lot of money for, but some stuff I just don't, especially when I'm getting into it for the first time or whatever, you know. So this is pretty good for the money. Like I said, it's the Primary Arms Advanced Micro Dot. This is the like the second generation, which is pretty good. If you kind of have it on not quite the lowest brightness, but a few notches from the lowest, you can get 50,000 hours of battery life, pretty much, where you can just leave this sucker on and you'll be fine. Probably only have to change the battery every other year or whatever, unless you going up and down with the brightness of the red dot. It's waterproof. It's 2 MOA, and like I said, it's waterproof and fog proof. And pretty much, I liked it so far. It was pretty easy to zero in, which is actually co-witness with the original iron sights. So it's very easy to zero it in. If you have your sights zeroed in at 100, your iron sights, all you have to do pretty much is just drop the red dot right on it. As long as you can co-witness it, it's pretty much gonna be on there, on the money. I mean, you might have to tweak it a little bit, but for the most part, if you put that red dot in between, right on top of your front sight, and you can see it in your rear iron sight, I mean, it's on the money. Just like I had when I zeroed in my my AR, which I'll do another video on it. And I also have an Enforce weapon mounted light on here, bring it a little closer for you guys. And this is also the 2nd generation too. It has 800 lumens on it, and it's super bright. You got 2 hours runtime. It has the momentary, and the constant light. So you press and hold it for the light to for momentary. When you tap it kind of fast for it to stay on for constants or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Also, I know people looking crazy. I'm gonna, it's clear, it's nothing in the mag. Do a little quick safety check for y'all. Safety up. Safety's up on it. And it also has the little cut on it, so you can, in the safety switch, so you can lock back the bolt. I know some ranges, when you first get there and you pull your rifle out, they want to see that the bolt is back and locked, so, you know, and it's clear or whatever. So it's nothing in the chamber or whatever. But I love it, man. It runs like hell. I only cleaned it a few times. I've had it about 2 years, and I probably cleaned it maybe 3 times, and I got over 3,000 rounds in it, which is not a lot compared to some people running their guns. You know, I don't get out and run as many rounds as I would like to, because just kind of, I can afford it, but I just don't spend that much money. I try to shoot between 150 and 200 rounds per range visit with the rifle. So if I'm shooting my rifle, say Sunday, you know, I shoot around 200 rounds. And I also don't get that count up as fast because I kind of rotate between my AR and my SK, which I haven't shot my SK in a while. I got to get back to it, and I'm gonna do a video on it as well. I didn't buy that gun. My dad gave me that gun, which is pretty cool. He bought 2 of them when I was born. I don't even think I was 1. I may have been 1, but it was around the time I was born. And he paid like $300 for both of them, and he gave me 1 a few years ago. So that was pretty cool. Hopefully I get to pass that down. But anywho, that's pretty much the specs on the rifle itself, as far as in what I've done to it. Like I said, I got a little over 3,000 rounds in it. This is the Magpul edition, and as you can see, that's what it is, and it's pretty cool. It shoots very flat. Now it is heavier than a stamp AK. It is heavier, but not as much, but it is heavier. And the reason I went with the primary arms advanced micro dot, which I was gonna get the other one, but when I seen this one came out, it was like $100 more. The first one, micro dot, I think it's about $89 now, maybe a little cheaper. And this one was about $189. And then it's kind of compatible with your aim points, which of course, you know, they're gonna be a little better. But for this price, and I've shot some of those aim points that's this one supposedly is compared to at the range of the guys that got them, and it's not much difference. Only thing that I would say the difference may be in is the durability. It may last longer, make it take a more of a beating than this can. So far, this is done well. I've dropped it, not on purpose. I'm not one of those guys who buy stuff and then try to torture it on purpose to see if it fail. I don't have money like that. I don't have people supporting my channel, and I'm not looking for that. I'm not doing it to make money. I just want to, you know, inform people, everybody, and also, like I said, I really want to inform the black and brown community. What else? Everything pretty much Magpul. I'm gonna probably attach a video or 2 on it, showing me shooting it or whatever, if I can find something. If not, I'll wait to post the video, and then when I do shoot, I'll add some videos attached to it or whatever. But like I said, I got a little over 3,000 rounds in it or whatever. And y'all leave some comments or whatever, positive comments. If you got something negative to say, which it don't bother me, you can leave it anyway. I just go past it, you know what I'm saying? But just give me some comments about what's some of the good brands. I hear a lot about the Walsers or whatever. Not Walsers, but the Arsenal AKs. And I was looking at that guy at Dynamic Rifles. I really would love to get one of his AKs, and I might get one. I'd start saving up for it. But he got some really nice AKs, and cause I do want to. I am going to get me another one, a little more top tier, and I'm looking at maybe about 1,200 or so. The price on this at the time was $870 something. They may be cheaper, they may be higher. I got it off of Buds. Like I said, I got this off of Buds.com. So I don't know exactly where the price is at now, but I got this at the time about a year or two ago for less than 900. It was, like I said, it was like 870 something or whatever, in which I thought was a good price for a rifle anyway. I haven't had one problem, failure to feed, none of that stuff. And I say I only cleaned it a few times, and reason being because the AK, you don't have to clean it as much, you know. It just goes. I mean, and I think the first time I had cleaned it, it was after I had about 1,000 rounds in it. Now, when I first got it, I got to 1,000 rounds quick because I was just renting it. You know, I was buying, you know, bulk ammo or whatever, and just renting it just to see, because I always do that with the rifle. Where I've been doing it, I did it with this rifle in my first AR, just to make sure it worked. I wanted to hurry up and get that 1,000 round count through it so I can make sure it works. If I had to send it back, or I can, you know, depend my life on it to protect my family and stuff like that. So they both work pretty fine. I get a lot of people arguing about AKs or ARs. And me personally, I favor the AK of just a little, but not much. I think both of them are very, very good designs. Both of them are very well capable of taking a good beating. I mean, I've went like 500 rounds without cleaning my my AR. That's the most I ever went. And I could have went longer than that. With an AR, it runs dirty. My AR runs dirty as well. I mean, especially if I haven't cleaned it and I've run a whole bunch of rounds through it. All I do is spray a little lube in it, and it goes, no problem at all. But it's nothing like getting some good training too. I'm gonna talk about that if you can afford it. I haven't took any trainings yet, but my plan is to take some training courses the first of the year. I'm buying my ammo for it now, because when I go, I want to take 1,000 rounds in the rifle. I want to take 1,000 rounds in my handgun, and I want to be able to have enough magazines too. But I'm going to do another video for that and talk about the importance of having extra magazines and ammo, and not the crazy part of it. Well, I know some people got 10,000 rounds in just one caliber. Now, if you buying 10,000 rounds, I don't think it's crazy when you shoot a lot. But if you got 10,000 rounds and that's just what you keep for emergency, standby, that's kind of crazy to me. But to each his own. You know, it's nothing wrong with, you know, being prepared, but it's a little crazy to me. But anywho, that's another subject for another time. And I just wanted to talk about my my AK, man. I think it's pretty cool. It's not the best, but it's what I can afford at the time. And that's another thing I want to reiterate. A lot of times we see people have all this different gear and different types of guns, and we feel like we got to go get it when we got something that works just fine, you know. And that's another reason I'm not in a rush to go and pay $1,500 for, or more than that. I might not even find a good AK for that price. You know, for what I've seen, they're like $1,500, $1,600 or whatever. But get what you can afford. Don't get the flat out cheapest just because you don't want to wait and save a little money to get something decent. And when I mean decent, I'm talking about reasonable, affordable, which the average person can get. You know, we see other people get the latest and the new hottest thing. They done spent X amount of all this money on it, and what you got works just fine, and you want to go get it just to feel like you got to get whatever they got. That's kind of senseless, because you could have been kept what you had and just bought more ammo, or bought more magazines or whatever, or paid for a class to be trained. And now that I got the guns that I want, now I'm building my ammo and my magazines, which won't take long, and I'm trying to get me some training. You know, I want to learn how to actually operate my rifle and my pistol efficiently to protect myself and my family and other people around me. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be responsible for every bullet that come out of your gun. And I used to hear guys say that all the time. You know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos of trainers and stuff, and that makes a lot of sense, especially when you're talking about defending yourself in a public eye or whatever on the streets. I mean, you got to make sure you can shoot well enough so where you intending on shooting at, that's where those bullets go, because you got innocent people around you, and you don't want anyone to get shot that shouldn't be shot. Only people that should be shot is bad guys, or whatever you want to call it, evil people, you know. But they just wanted to say that, you know, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just use common sense. I try to practice as much as I can. I do dry fire when I can't get to the range. I do that even if I do go to the range. I try to do dry fire, and I want to go get me some training, you know. If I can't afford it, cool. I'm going to keep on, you know, going to the range and practicing as much as I can. But the classes, you know, from a reputable, a decent trainer just for the basics. I'm not talking about going to take some Navy SEAL classes. I just want to be trained by somebody who knows how to operate a rifle and a pistol in normal situations, you know. And I mean normal, well, for as in self-defense of the house, and a little above that when it comes to active shooter, which we don't see that. It's not going to be it's a slim chance that I'll ever be in an active shooter situation, but I would like to know how to protect myself and the innocent people around me if it does happen. I'm not saying I'm going to take a lot of active shooter training courses, but I would like to take at least one. And for the most part, the rest of the self-defense training will take care of itself, all the other situations or whatever. And that's it, man. I kind of went longer than I thought, man. I already at 20 minutes, so I'm going to try to cut this off because I want to add a video of me shooting my rifle and whatever. But that's it, man. I hope everybody have a good day. I hope everybody can take from this video, especially my black and brown community, is, you know, every man, whatever color you is, you should have a good rifle, man. Whatever your race is, you should have a decent rifle and know how to use it. It's one thing to have a rifle and don't know how to use it. And I'm also, now that I just thought about it, I'm going to do some videos on me breaking down my rifles and cleaning them, because that's another big thing in my community. A lot of us that do have these guns, they think just by pulling the bolt action back, spraying some lube in there, that it's clean. No, you gotta know how to actually break that gun down to the T and actually clean it. And I'm going to do some videos on my AK, my SK, and my AR, and some of my handguns. I'm gonna do a cleaning video on all of those once I do a small video before after I do a video of the gun. I know I'm rambling, man, but it's a lot of stuff I want to get out to try to help people, man. And like I said, I had to learn these things. I didn't think about these things. I didn't know how to clean none of my guns at first. But me personally, I'm curious. I'm willing to take that chance and break something down to try to figure out how it works or whatever, you know. And you cleaning it and breaking it down like that will help you know when it don't work, what the problem is. You might can't fix it, but you can know what that problem is. You may still have to take it to a gunsmith or whatever. But a lot of these things on these guns we can fix ourselves. And I'm not trying to knock a gunsmith out of the way or whatever, but if you just one of those people that don't like doing those things, that's cool. Take it to somebody and get it cleaned every time after you shoot it or whatever, or fix on or whatever. But you know, it's just, I guess that's just the manly man in me. I like to fix stuff and figure out stuff, see how it works on my own. But anywho, man, I hope everybody have a blessed day, man. Like I said, get out there and train, protect your family, love your family. To all my kings out there, man, love on your queens, man. Love on the black queen, man. That's all we got, man. That's the backbone of our community. They endure so much because of us, and not just because of us, other situations or whatever, but you know, we gotta love each other. And love is the answer for everything. With all this crazy stuff going on, Confederate flag, love is the answer for everything, to be honest, at the end of the day. But some people don't want love, and that's when you have to bring this in the situation. But other than that, if you can love on somebody first, love on them, no matter what race they is, you know. But some people don't want that, and it is what it is. You got some ignorant people out there, you know. And if you like that, I don't want you around me. Alright, baby. New Unc, peace. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.